Welcome back. With signing day going on, we're lucky enough to have one of the local coaches in town today. Jerry Olszewski, the head coach of Augustana football, joins us in studio. He's with our Elaina Lanson to chat about the newest group of Vikings. Elaina.
Thanks, Kelly, and thanks, Coach OJ, because it is a busy day and you're making some time to sit down with us. It is National Signing Day, which means a lot to the younger players and their families out there. Why is it so special at Augustana?
Well, I think it's special everywhere, you know, for high school players to realize their dreams coming true of playing at the next level. It's a long process for them and for us. You know, recruitment begins literally as they're juniors, and then it culminates on this day when they get to put their name on the ink and say that, you know, I'm going to Augustana University. So it's a special, special journey.
Special journey, and 27 made that choice today and earlier on. What can we expect to see coming into next season?
Well, in this bunch particularly, I think we went for some athleticism and just guys that are proven football players. You know, guys that have really had a lot of success on the football field. I think we did a tremendous job in our city, in our state, and in our region, to be honest, of the best players that really were productive high school players, and then portraying that and seeing that go forward as a college player. I'm really pleased, beyond words of what I can say, because I think they're going to be players that are going to play a major role for us for a long time.
And we got a chance to talk to a couple of them earlier today, and they said when they were on their recruiting trip, they got to see campus, they got that family feel, would you say, at Augustana, and that's kind of when they knew that they were going to commit. As a coach in that role, how do you know when you're getting that feel when the player wants to commit as well?
Well, you see that glimmer in their eye and that connection that made, and as a head coach, you look at a lot of those young people. They got a lot of options, you know, and there's opportunities all over the place. We call it F3 at our place, faith, family, and football. We want to make sure that all three of those pieces are touched, and that if that's important to the individual, we feel like we got a really great shot at them. And we're just going to be us. You know, we're going to say who we are, how we do our work, and what their expectations can be, along with an incredible academic opportunity. When you see that light in their eyes, that this is what I'm after, then it becomes magical.
And you got quite a few big names coming. Peyton Zabel, who also is going to be on the baseball team. What is his schedule going to look like?
Well, we got to work on that balance, making sure. That was a big part of talking to Peyton about his commitment with his parents was, you know, you have to have time management skills to be successful at Augustana to begin with. But secondly, if you're going to be a two-sport athlete, which he's incredibly gifted in both and has had wonderful experiences, that we're going to have to make sure that you do balance your time accordingly. And Coach Huber and I have always worked it out, along with Coach Helmer and I and the track guys, that can't overdo them in any way, and academics comes first, and then the balance of life takes over as we go. But, you know, I want to hit against him. I can't wait. He throws like 89 or something like that, so we're going to make sure he strikes me out before we get him rolling.
That would be a lot of fun, and maybe get some of the other guys out there for some batting practice and stuff. And I was just wondering, it's your sixth season, so all these recruits, they're all yours. The whole team is yours. When you're looking at a recruit to commit, how do you figure out if they're going to mesh with the team? Right.
I think that is part of the analysis, the character piece, the passion piece. Call their high school coaches, find out who they are, what they're about. I love meeting their parents. I think talking to their parents, you read a lot about a young man. Social media obviously is probably the biggest factor now in these young men, but the personal connection for me is very important. That, again, we're going to say who we are, what we do, and how we do it, and if that appeases them and that's something that they're interested in, then we go that route.
And just like the athletes, it's a long process. As a coach, it's an even longer process. You have to research, do all the studying, go out and make the trips and make those connections. So from now till spring training, what does that schedule look like for you?
Yeah, well, tomorrow I'm going to sleep till 9 o'clock, I think. I won't be able to do that, but it's good. Once signing day is done, you know, we already are looking at our juniors and for next year's class as we go. Our staff will go clinic around to some other places around the country and try to take an idea or two that we may want to incorporate into our systems and into our team. And then we start planning for spring ball, which will start March 28th and go through April 28th. So it's a never-ending cycle. Then the camps begin and then fall camp. So, but we need to just celebrate this class today. And a signing party tonight will be great to meet some of those parents and just celebrate the work that's been put in and truly the great kids that are coming into our program to become men.
And a well-deserved break and a little bit of celebration. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And Kelly, back to you.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much, guys. College football season is going to be here before we know it. Already have spring ball coming up. But anyways, when we return, we'll hear from our FCS coaches in North Dakota about their new recruits. Bubba Schweigert and Chris Kleiman are coming up next on Midco Sports Tonight.